Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. Okay, sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I literally was rushing around trying to get the stream set up, and I wanted to put a nice little picture up there, and that's what we've got on the top right. So I've had a constructive day today, right? So I did my weekly news video, which I kind of released at like 1:45 in the afternoon or something kind of close to that time. And then I went to the arcade. With the boys, and we had a blast, right? We played like Time Crisis 4. There's a Rambo light gun game, an elevator action light gun game, and we played them. Yo, tell them Freddy sent ya. Cool way. Well, hello to tell them Freddy sent ya, and Spitfire RAF 100. Hey, evening everyone, and this is the best way you can spend your Saturday night, right? Chilling. Let's check out the latest Saturn Core. So this is a dual RAM setup that I've got. The core was released a few hours ago, and let's check out. Yo, Dr. Johnny Bananas in the house. I can never get enough of that username, man. Absolutely love it. Brilliant username. So went to the arcade. I come back home and I was like, okay, I was just kind of catching up with my social media because unfortunately in the arcade there was just no reception, so I was trying to send pictures, trying to send stuff, like my messages would come through but I couldn't send any media. The connection was bad. It's a big place, they had no Wi-Fi in there either, but anyway, so I thought let's do this Saturn Core because you know what, I want to play some games, and when I do streams I get to play some stuff, I get to chat to you guys, we chill, we chat, and that's how we go, guys. So there's a couple of games that SRG 320 mentioned in the release notes for this core, and one of them was Darius Gaiden, what we're seeing on screen now, and I think something to do with fixed tiles. And the other game that they mentioned was Puyo Puyo 2. Now I'm not sure if I've got Puyo 2. If I have, we'll give that a run. But before we do that, I just want to do the introduction, which is, hey everybody, welcome to Video Game Esoterica. We've got a fun and exciting episode for you guys today. The Sega Saturn Core just got updated, and let's see how the sausage is made. I just wanted to make fun of the guy. Yo, Taco is in the house, man. I love it. Anyway, guys, it's not really Video Game Esoterica's channel, but I do like to poke fun at him because you know what? He started it. He pokes fun at me. So I like doing stuff like that on live streams. Let's see how the sausage is made. You owe it to yourself to play this game. Let me blast out that sound for you. Here's some 45 seconds of Darius Gaiden, and I'll be right back. All right, let's get into this stream. I've made enough fun of him. I'm starting to feel bad now. So yeah, a bunch of Taco. I'm good, man. I'm good. It was actually fun getting to the arcade. I played some Third Strike in the arcade, and that was a lot of fun. I just realized how bad I am in the arcade. Like, I truly sucked. What was nice there's a lot of young players there, right? So I went there today. There was absolutely none of the old school players that I know, you know, that I kind of hung out with. Guys that are considered friends, none of them were there, right? There was a whole bunch of new players there, and you know what? They're really nice. There was a guy there from a guy that lives in Switzerland but is French, but came over. I came over to the UK for work. He had a really good Makoto. There was a young guy, his name is like Jasminio or something on Fightcade. So he was out there, really nice guy, man, like a welcoming crowd. There was a guy called Zach who also helps maintain the place. I got to send Free Play City props, man. It was wicked. My boys loved it. Like a safe environment, right? I'm very, like many of you guys that are parents, right? We're very protective of our kids. You know, when I take them out, I have to just hang with the kids. So, you know, I told my kids, I told them, look, if anyone speaks to you, just come straight away to me and you know, come and tell me. But they were in there. I was like, play whatever you want, right? They played like they clocked Rambo, the light gun game. And that was actually kind of good, man. I was like, you know what, go for it. I don't care if it's whatever rated. Today is your day. You know, I bought them chocolates from in there. I bought them like a can of fizzy drink, what they don't usually have. And guys, you know what? They just had a blast, right? They absolutely loved it. So what was really funny, they got that's House of the Dead game. I can't remember the subtitle it's got. So they went into the cabinet, and I went up to play Street Fighter. So Street Fighter is upstairs, like the fighting games are in like the smaller upstairs section. It's really nice. And all of a sudden they come running, and my elder son goes, you know, his younger brother's too scared to play. play the game, but they were both scared. So I was like, no worries, don't play it. But they played like Outrun 2. They had that over there. It was brilliant. I'm going to look at chat in a second, guys. Right now, I'm going to try and take care of this fish because, you know, once we do this fish, I want to make a sausage out of this fish because we want to see how the sausage is made. All right, I'm gonna stop for real. Actually, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna add some other stuff in this. Right, let's do our special, which I think looks beautiful. Even if fish is gonna kill me, or I'm gonna make a fish finger of this fish. Now, in the UK, we call them fish fingers, but in America, I think you guys call them fish. And I'm gonna do a pause in between fish sticks because I learned that from a South Park episode where Kanye West can't get the difference between, can't get the joke about fish sticks and fish sticks. And what it sounds like. I definitely prefer the name fish fingers because fish sticks can get kind of confusing. Right, I've killed it. Right, guys, if anyone wants to see a particular game, right, write it in block capitals. I'll go on chat and we'll have a look and we'll go there. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Like I've had a busy ass Saturday, man. Like I don't usually go out. I don't usually do a great deal. I take my kids out to places, but I don't usually enjoy them. But my boys like video games, so I've been taking them to different arcades. Like a few weeks ago, I took them to a bowling alley where I used to go when I was young. They didn't have the best arcade games now, but Free Play City definitely has great arcade games. Want to send a special shout out to Ori, the retro gamer as well. Really cool guy. Sorry bud, you couldn't make it this time. What I will do is next time I'll do it with plenty of notice so I can invite all you guys that are local to London and can pop down. And once you kind of pop down to the arcade, what I'll do is I'm definitely going to bring my kids, and what I'll do is they can stay there for a couple of hours and then I'll go and drop them home. Hopefully there's not killer traffic. It took me like a good 45 minutes to do a 10-minute drive today just to get there, man. It was mad. One of the local roads was closed around there, so all the traffics, and we've got these in the UK we've got these roads called low traffic neighborhoods. You're not allowed to drive through them. If you drive through them, you get fined, man. Your ass gets fined. So yeah, you're just kind of bottlenecked. So you know, there's 3 or 4 routes to get down there. I can only go via one route. One route's blocked, one you can't go down. So awesome. Right, okay, guys, anyone want to see a game? Yo, Taco in the house, wicked. I'm gonna have to go up and scroll some of the chat and have a look. Let's have a look. Has anyone mentioned a game? Guys, mention a game and we'll do this, right? But for now, oh, okay, so someone last time asked for this game, Asuka 120% limit, right? So I found an English version of it. We'll run that. That's something that was actually requested. So I had like a post-it up on my screen, but while that boots up, right, I'm gonna have to give it that reset. I'm gonna go through some of the chat and just have a look, right? So wicked adventure. Oh, Andy though in the house, Vandal Hearts, wicked. Got truncated, but that's got an update as well. Okay, I'm not sure if I've got Vandal Hearts. We can certainly have a look, Andy. And how you been, Andy? I speak to you quite a lot usually. I haven't spoke to you for some time now. Okay, versus game. I was hoping, can I do? Okay, what's going on here? Hello, man. Okay, versus. All right, let me give it another reset, and I can look at the chat in the meantime. Wicked. Hello, VG. Taco. VG definitely loves the sausage. 100%. Did you know VG used to coach the X Games? All of them, yeah, definitely. I think he then moved on to double and triple X. Hope VG drops in so he can defend himself in chat. If not, someone tell him, someone ping him on Discord and say he's getting roasted on the stream today. Darius kicks ass, definitely, and it definitely kicks my ass. And a shout to Andy D for bringing the Mega CD sound or CD quality sound to the Mega Drive version of Darius, which is awesome. VGE gifts the sausage, and that's not a euphemism. Totally sent me a Chicago salami again. You know what? Yeah, he's a generous guy, man. He's always happy to help, and that's really good. And you know, Andy, you're awesome too, man. You're always helping as well. Tell him Freddie. Okay. Yes, VGE really liberal with his sausage. Okay. Wow. See, I've lowered the tone already. Glad my kids ain't coming in. I'm like, guys, what's going on with the sausage? We all like sausages, you know. Kids, they're so innocent. They don't realize there could be another meaning to sausage. Right, Radiant Silvergun. Let's do that. Okay, if we can. Deathmatch mode? Is this like a... Okay, are we ganging? Right, let's do this. Radiant Silvergun, no problem. Oh, in fact, let me get my post-it out, right? And let me kind of catch up with chat. Okay, wicked. I am. Oh, okay. So here we go. Someone requested this last time. Okay. Is this a game where we're cheerleaders fighting? Okay, Asuka 120%. Right. Oh, wow. Okay. I like my fighters. And here we have a fighter. Wow, good stuff. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the volume as well, so make sure you guys aren't getting deafened or it's not too low. I feel like it's just comboing. Taco, you might like this game, right? I know you like cheerleaders, right? Well, who doesn't like cheerleaders, right? Well, hopefully my wife ain't watching. But who doesn't? Oh, I just got cheerleaded supered. Excellent. Super stuff, right? I feel like the combos flow in this and as easy as they're doing breakers. I'm just kind of mashing buttons and picking directions and stuff's just coming out. I am getting pwned though. Had to explain to my kids why owned is called pwned, and I think the reason was it was a typo because O is quite near to P, and someone instead of typing owned type pwned, so they found that quite funny. So now they go around and keep saying pwned all the time. So someone said Radiant Silvergun. We can definitely do a bit of Radiant Silvergun. Oh, here we go. We've got it here. Right, look at chat again. Oh, wicked. Andy D's doing some captures for VGE. Nice. Nice, Andy. Always helpful, dude, man. Always helpful. Love it. I love it, especially when I'm at work and I'm like, Andy, can you get me a capture? I'm not with my MiSTer. And Andy always delivers, man. Big shout out to Terminator 2K2 as well. He always helps as well. Blood with a chat with Hearts, Andy. Wicked. Wicked. Oh, Adventure Taco, is that Asuka 120% you're talking about? Yeah, definitely fun. I'm glad I've got that on there, man. PCN, the original rude boy. Yeah, that's quite a London term. Rude boy. I'm pretty sure it's international as well, but it was definitely used in London quite a lot. So Dr. Johnny, I love VGE. He must live in the TARDIS to find room for the 5,000 consoles and compute. Mate, you know what? That guy's stuff is packed, man. Like, yeah, sometimes he's looking for stuff because me and VG, we chat quite a bit, right? He is someone that I consider a friend. Since doing the channel, I speak to the guy quite a bit, and we compare notes. He's all around. He's a really nice guy. So, you know, sometimes we'll chat. We'll share information. At some point, he's going to come on the channel. We're going to do like a little podcast thing. It's just a matter of finding the time. But yeah, sometimes he's looking for stuff and he's like, man, I don't know where it is. Like, it's just disappeared. Like, my stuff's gone. And yeah, he lives in Chicago, where I imagine it's a popular city like London, where you haven't got a vast amount of space, you know, rather than someone living in places like Texas or other states where you see people where their hobby room is like a whole arcade. I think Adventure Taco's got a basement where he's got a whole bunch of stuff there. Sorry, Taco, I'm just looking at your comment there. Sonic Extreme, yeah, Sonic Council. Okay, what are the Sonic games? Have we even got Sonic Extreme? Okay, have I got that one? I know I've got some Sonic games. Right, and Council. Right, okay, let me write those down. At least Radiant Silvergun has got it's got like a decent intro, guys. I'm definitely liking it, right? It's awesome. Now I don't know what's up, but there's something funny now because I'm using my dual RAM setup, right? So I thought, you know, I've done a few single RAM ones. I thought, let me use a dual RAM one, but I don't know what it is. I'm not, for some reason, I can't. I'm putting the volume up on my screen. It's got speakers, this monitor, but it's not going too loud. I guess all of a sudden it's gonna blast out loud. Maybe the sound isn't too loud for the game, that's why. But let's go. Let's do some Radiant Silvergun. And let's see what happens. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, Saturday night, come and spend the Saturday night in the best possible way, right? Who wants to go out partying, right? We're all old guys now. Most of us are family men, right? So who wants to go out partying? Spend your night, watch some Sega Saturn games, watch me play them badly, and we can talk some nonsense. Well, I definitely can. Phantasm, how you doing, man? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Phantasm, there is no reason to get dual RAM. I always say it. I got the dual RAM because of believing that, you know, we were going to get Mortal Kombat and it was going to be dual RAM before Pramod said it's not possible. I think he said, at least at the moment, it's not possible. Whether something changes, it changes. But in order to get Mortal Kombat for the channel, now I could always, you know, ask Andy, I could ask Video Game Esoterica for some footage. Now it's nice to get footage, but guys, there's just something about, like, the videos that I do, I'd say like 99% of the footage is mine. It's very rare. I think there's only been like maybe maybe 3 occasions on my channel where I've asked for footage where I was at work and I didn't have an opportunity to get hold of any footage. Generally, I like capturing all my footage myself because I know that I've played it, right? I know I've played it. I know if I'm gonna like lose a life or whatever I'm gonna do, I know what's kind of gonna happen if I remember it. Now, what I like doing actually when I do stuff, I like playing and talking, because then I'm kind of reacting to everything that's happening on screen. When you film stuff and do a voiceover, it definitely sounds more professional, but you end up it ends up being more work, ends up being more difficult. I mean, I try and time the stuff. If not, then I talk and then I kind of superimpose the stuff. But that really is time consuming. So enough of making fun of VGE. He's actually really good at it, man. The amount of how quickly the guy puts out the videos and how professional they sound, they're just amazing, man. Like the guy is like, he's very good at what he does. I got a lot of respect for him. Right, I kind of thought I was gonna fly over that, even though my shots were kind of being blocked by that. This is a good game, but again, I got no idea how to play this, right? This is something where I likely just kind of need to watch a tutorial, find out how to play it, because one thing about Treasure and their shmups is they make them really good. They're a little bit different, right? Ikaruga being one of them, you know, black counters white, white counters black, just how the thing works. Right, okay, what was next on the list? VF2 for my boy Kevin, SNK Kev. We've definitely got VF2 here. And I think VF2 runs really well. I wish if I got into the Virtua Fighter games, because, you know, where Tekken is checkers, Virtua Fighter is chess, guys, right? It's definitely the more advanced, the kind of better version of the game. It's just, it's never been as popular. And I've never really been into 3D games as much. Right, okay. Okay, yeah, Andy, though, yeah, there is a bad Jaguar core. You know, I've not actually got that running. I tried running it. I've got the whole Jaguar ROM set. It's not very big. It's like 100 megabytes, if that is tiny, because I ran it on the emulator. What is it? The Big P-Emu by Rich Whitehouse. Really good emulator, man. Even supports NetPlay if you want to play like Aliens versus Predator, is it? So it supports NetPlay. It's awesome. So I put that ROM set on there, but I can't get it to work. I would like to do a video on it because I've got the dual RAM. I've got the dual RAM set up, you know, courtesy of MiSTer Add-ons. Got to give MiSTer Add-ons a shout, right? Always got to drop him a little shout, man, because you know it's that sponsorship deal I got, and he's a friend as well. I really like the guy, man, and that's one thing that I've got via FPGA gaming. All of a sudden, I've made like a whole new group of friends. So like as far as friendship goes, there's the friends that I grew up with. Then when I got older, it was a different group of friends, including the guys I grew up with and kind of new people that came along in my life. Then like via work, I made a lot of other friends. Then when I started playing Street Fighter again in the arcade competitively, I made a whole bunch of friends, and they became my main friends for a long period of time, right? And then when I got into FPGA gaming, I made like a whole bunch of friends. Andy Doe is one of them. And, you know, the people I haven't necessarily met, but I speak to over the internet, over on Discord, and they are friends because we share a common interest. So it's quite funny, like when you get into it, the internet's definitely got some real life friends that we've all gotten. Yeah, this chord, the sound's definitely low, man. The sound's low. I don't know if this is something that's specific to the dual RAM setup. It's very low. I'm going to crank it up, but even on my side, I've hardly got any volume, guys. Like I've got it full. So I've got my capture card volume. I usually have it around halfway. I try and aim it for maybe minus 25 to 30 decibels. I've got it on just 0 now, so it's vanilla, but you should be hearing some sound. I'm just not hearing it that well, and I'm kind of scared to put my volume up really high because all of a sudden something might come out and you might hear like my eardrums explode. Right, okay, let's give VF a quick blast before we kind of look at chat. Tell him Freddy sent ya. I love that name, man. We've got some really good names. Tell him Freddy sent ya. Great name. Dr. Johnny Bananas. Wicked name. Oh, it's gone loud again. It's gone loud. What's happened? Too loud. Let's turn it down a bit. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is the core update or if it's something to do with my setup. So I was talking about the sound being low, and then the sound just went kind of loud in the intro. Okay, we can do NBA Jam, guys. Try and write any requests in block capitals. It really does help because it stands out. Really does help me. So if you can, wicked. Oh, 1080 is okay. Yeah, I'm on 1080p, man. Oh, okay, wicked. Right, see, that's block capitals Right, and also Kevin Chevelis. Is that how the game starts here with a name? Does it begin with an S, or is there a title in front of it? Because sometimes people ask for Japanese games, and the name, it's got like another title in front of it. You know, even though that might be the common name. Rentai. Okay, I wrote that down. Couldn't remember it. I had to kind of look at the spelling and do it. Right, let's give VF2 a blast. I still remember seeing VF2 right for the first time. It was like, do you remember? Like, okay, hopefully it's like that in the US as well, right? I'm gonna pick a female character there. Let's go Sarah. You know, Sarah. I always end up picking like the ninja guy or wolf. But so do you remember where we went to? Like, so there was like seasides, right? So in the UK, when you're in school, you go on school trips and you go to the seaside, right? And they would have like the latest arcade games there, right, when arcades were big. And I remember seeing VF, and I remember getting just blown away by seeing it. I tried playing some of the VFs. There was one that came out for the Xbox 360. I can't remember which one it was. And what was really funny about that VF is, so like when I met like Street Fighter friends and guys from the FGC, some of them were like the best players in the country and the continent when it comes to UK and Europe. I played with them. We played, sometimes I won some games, but my friends were a lot better than me, you know, like they're just really, really good. So one of them came around, and there was another one that was really good, and he wanted to play VF, and I said cool. So I told the friend that was around my house to play him, but I didn't tell the guy I was playing that the really good player was around my house. And he couldn't understand. I was using a Kira, and I was, you know, my friend was destroying him, but he thought I was playing. And he said, how come I got good at VF all of a sudden? I said, look, I really have no idea what I'm doing. All I'm doing is I'm picking directions and I'm pressing buttons, and it's winning. And it was devastating, this guy, because this guy trained on VF. Like, we're talking like the guy played the game for years and years and years. And my other friend that was beating him, and I'm not sure if I told him till this day, you know. So this is like at least a decade ago, you know. I think I was married at the time, and, you know, I've been married like 17 years. I'd definitely say being married 17 years, it was the happiest 2 years of my life. I always like dropping that one. Someone else said that, and I always drop that. It brings a laugh to everyone, right? How long, if you've been married and someone says, how long have you been married? And you say, okay, I've been married 15 years. It was the happiest 2 years of my life, or the happiest year of my life. You know, it really does make people laugh. Someone said that to me, and it really got me laughing. And, you know, I'm all about the dad jokes, right? Because I am a dad. Right, okay, what's next, right? What's next? Okay, so we've got the Sonic games, Sonic Extreme or Sonic Council. We tried Mr. Bones, but I'll add that on the list, right? Someone asked for that last time, so I got no issues. If VGE wants to play, where is VGE? Is he spending quality time with the missus today? Because I know he works really hard. He doesn't take a lot of time off. So let's look at the Sonic games. I've got an additional folder with some CHDs in there as well. So. Right, what have I got? I've got Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Jam, Sonic R. Those are the Sonic games I've got. But let's go back out and see what I've got in CHD. Have I got a Sonic game here? No, I haven't. I haven't. Okay, so we'll go to oops. What am I doing? Okay, we're gonna go to right, Sonic Jams, Sonic R. Right, we'll go Sonic Jam, right? Because that's like the middle one out of the three games. Haha, nice one. Okay, all good with the spamming. That definitely stands out. Magic Knight Rayearth. Now, I haven't heard of that game. I'm not sure if I've got it, right? If I haven't, I'll write it on my list of games to get next time. Magic Knight Rayearth. That's awesome. That's good spamming, Anthony. I don't mind that. That definitely stood out. Phantasm, I play my MiSTer on a 27-inch CRT. Wow. Absolutely amazing. That would be the way. Do you know what? I've set a desk up for the kids, and they've only got a laptop on it. They don't even use the external screen. But what's good about that is it gives me an opportunity to stream when everyone's kipping, for example, when everyone's sleeping in the front room without disturbing my wife in the bedroom. I want to get another capture card, or I could just unplug this one and take my second MiSTer down there. But the desk I've set up for my boys, I can actually put a CRT and a MiSTer there, man. And you know what, my neighbor had like a house clearance and they put out the old CRT, and I was thinking about grabbing it, and while I was thinking about it I delayed it a bit, and the other neighbor's kid ended up like smashing the screen on it, and I was absolutely gutted. Okay, my sound is kind of okay now. Maybe it was just the games that I ran initially, because we know some of them have low sound. Maybe we just come across that. Right, let's have a look. Can you please try wing arms? Okay, if I've got wing arms tech here, I'll definitely try it. I definitely don't have, maybe at some point I just need to get the full set and then just whack that on there. Hopefully it'll fit there. Yo, 4C, how you doing, man? Where'd you put the boot.bin file? Right, so the boot.bin file, the updater should pull that for you, right? But if not, according to what I remember, it goes in the games folder. So games, Saturn, put your boot.bin. Now I can't remember if it's called, so let's have a look, see if we can see it, right? Whoops. Let's see if we can see, usually it's right at the bottom, no? Okay, let me have a look in the CHD folder. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, I can't remember. Maybe if Andy's there. Andy, if you're around, do you want to answer the question where he needs to put the boot.bin? It's definitely in the games folder, right? But I can't remember if it's boot.bin or boot.rom, because I haven't looked at it for a long time. Right, let me just write some more games down, and we'll play a couple of things as well. I saw some games there as well. Oh, Resident Evil, cool. Yep, we can definitely try that out. Last time actually, that's a good one to try out, because last time on the single RAM MiSTer and the dual RAM MiSTer, it actually started, the input just kind of disappeared now. Jill was just standing there with her head wobbling, and I couldn't move her. Man, Sony Triniton, that is awesome. Do you know what? I don't actually need to play this game. The demo on it is good enough, so that's fairly awesome. Just going to try and see if anything else stands out. Sonic R. We can hit the sweet soundtrack. All right, cool. We're going to do Sonic R. Elevator Action Returns. Awesome. Yep, noted that down. Right. So in the arcade today, I think I posted pictures on my Discord, right? So there was, let's go Sonic R, because I've just noticed that here and we're very close to that. So there was an elevator. I've got Elevator Action Returns, dude. I've got the way you're writing in block capitals. I think one time's enough. Like, you can do it two. I'll definitely see it, right? It proper stands out. 4 might be overkill now, right? So let's limit it. Try and do it with 1. If you don't hear me say it, then whack it out again, dude. So there was an elevator action. I can't remember the last part of the title, right? So there was an elevator action, a shooter, and it was really good because the arcade cabinet, the actual arcade cabinet, it's got elevator doors, actual doors. It's not on the screen. It's got actual doors in front of the TV screen, and when the elevator closes, the doors actually close, which was very cool for an arcade game. But yeah, my kids were playing it. I gave it a blast as well. It was okay. But a lot of these new games, they're like on LCD screens, so they're kind of like Wii remote style ones, you know, where you kind of shoot stuff, and it's the Wii remote style. Here you go. Oh, Alan, nice one, Alan. Game Saturn, and it's boot.rom, right? Not boot.bin. So thanks for that, Alan. I just remember at one point it was boot.bin, then it went back to ROM, and I can't remember. I've got no reason to kind of go in there and have a look. And here we go. So Taco likes this soundtrack. Hopefully it'll run a demo, but in the meantime, return. Just check this out. No, Anthony, all good, man, all good. It was all cool earlier, but you know what? It is actually standing out. I think if you see it, do it once. If you don't hear me call it out in like the next couple of minutes, then pop it out there again and do a double line anyway. But yeah, because everything kind of shows up on the replay, if anyone does watch it after, it just looks a little bit cleaner. But yeah, I mean, the block capitals stand out just by themselves. If you see what happens when people type in normally, let's say for example Phantasm's message here, it says Pixel Cherry Ninja, oops, I meant XR1 Lite 60 the Pro, and then right at the end of that message, if they put down Shinobi please, it's very easy to miss because there's a whole sentence there, then it's the name and it's not in capitals. If you just put a single game name in block capitals, it just makes it very easy for me just to kind of pick up on it and go. So that's cool. But we're gonna look at NBA Jam next, right? Wicked. I have 2 Sega stunners. Wow, wicked. Right, let's do this. NBA Jam, the best basketball game out there. There is no better basketball game than that, right? It is just awesome, right? It is wicked, and hopefully I've got it right. Where is no? No? How can I not have NBA Jam? Ah, do you know what? I definitely had NBA Jam for it at some point. Have I got it here? Ah, here we go. Cool. It's a CHD, right? which one was it? I can't remember. All right, so we'll do NBA Jam Tournament Edition, right? We do the Tournament Edition one. Wicked. Yeah, Adventure Tackle, man. Guys, Adventure Tackle's got a wicked basement, man. It's full of CRTs. It's just full of stuff. Wicked Freddy, I've got Resident Evil on the list. Someone else mentioned that, so that's definitely on there. So here we go. We got NBA Jam. So this was always a SNES game. Now I kind of have memories in my SNES that we played this 4-player, but I don't know if you could play this 4 players on the SNES, because I'm pretty sure when I looked at it recently on the SNES, there wasn't a 4-player option, and I could be wrong. My memory could be frazzled. It's just I remember when a SNES is something we played a lot among friends, you know. And yeah, we had, like, my friend had the multi-tap, so we would play games 4-player. Like Bomberman was absolutely awesome. That was one of the games. But let's have a look. Okay, so do you know what I really like? If it lets you do head-to-head. Was it this one where a cheat came out where you actually got like additional characters? Okay, my sound, turn it down a bit. Here, well, you could put different names in here, do you remember? And I think you could unlock characters. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, we'll just go with PCN. What would be really funny is if they hid me in here. I didn't even know about the channel then, but my birthday, let's just go Jan the 1st. Here we go. Cool. No record. All right. So I think everyone, Chicago Bulls, that was always the team that everyone kind of went for, right? Because over here in the UK, you know, like baseball caps, right? Baseball cap culture was very, very big. And one of the caps that was very, very popular was the Chicago Bulls one. In fact, I'd go as far as saying, when it came to basketball caps in London when I was going to school, Chicago Bulls was one of the most popular ones you could buy. It was something that it was like a fashion thing when you were young. I got to remember that. I got to remember like the superficial fashion that you're kind of into when you're young, right? I'm gonna suck at this, guys. Well, imagine if I got a 3-pointer there, right? That would be awesome, right? Yeah, I got to remember. So yeah, when my boys get a bit older and they go secondary, just like when my daughter did, they start asking for some like brand name stuff, right? I'm not too into that now that I'm older. When I was younger, I was definitely into that. I have to remember, I got to get them. I'm gonna have to get them like the Nikes or the Reebok or the Adidas or the Puma, whatever they kind of like's more popular. Because you know, in school, kids are cruel, man. If you don't have the good garms, they make fun of you, right? You know, it's like, oh, look at your trainers and look at that. I know it's superficial, but it affects kids more than it affects adults. Like now, I wear unbranded stuff, man. It's very rare that I buy something branded, you know. If it looks nice, I'm into it. But I don't really look at the brand. I just look at, do I like it? You know, if I like it, cool. If I don't like it, come on, 3-pointer. Come on, he shoots, he misses. Nice. Okay, what's next, right? We don't want to do too much NBA Jam. We've got that Tsukiyo Rentai. Hopefully we've got that. I think it's going to be in here though, so let's go down to S. Was that the one? Hold on, let me have a look. I wrote the name down. Tsukiyo Rentai. Was that the one? Okay, that looks like the closest one to it, unless it's further. Oh no, it's got to be this one. Haha. Okay, cool, we got it. I'm not sure what it is. There's a lot of translations that I've got. Right, let me have a look at chat while that boots up. Okay, Phantasm, in regards to NBA Jam, dude, like for me, it's always on the SNES. I never really played it on anything else, not even like the arcade version. But yeah, I always liked it on the SNES, absolutely loved it on the SNES. Oh, by the way, guys, I've got a hard finish time of about 1 hour and 10 minutes. I have to finish by 10 p.m. That's all the time my wife has given me, so that's all I've got. Yeah, that's all good. She was happy today because she went out with my daughter and my wife went out, and I had the boys for the day, and the boys love it. They're like, yeah, Dad, we're the cool gang. I was like, damn right, we're the cool gang. You know, we had KFC, I bought them chocolates, I bought them drinks, I absolutely spoilt them. You know, the days they go out with me, which isn't always too often, maybe a couple of times a month, maybe like once a month, in fact, when we proper have a boys kind of day out. So I'll make sure that that's the day they can have like a bit of junk food and drinks and whatnot. Okay, so hey, Unloved Homie, how you doing, my bro? Thank you for all the pings, man. That firmware ping you gave me for the Analog Pocket was wicked, man. I was able to get a video out straight away from work, in fact. So I appreciate that, man. Absolutely love it. And you're loved on this channel, right? So on this channel, you are the loved homie. Unloved Homie is the loved homie. Also Tecmo Football. Okay, I'm going to write that down, but it's very, very unlikely I've got Tecmo Football. I would only get something like that if someone requested it, but I will take note of the games I don't have and try and get those going for next time. So this one's Sokyu whatever, Sokyu Rentai. And you know what, thanks for this. I don't remember playing this, but I like shmups, right? And this looks like a good shmup. And is the volume going to be low on this? It may well be low on this. Saturn's got excellent shmups. You know, like a tongue twister. You say shmups, you try to say Saturn, but you say Saturn, right? Sounds a bit low. Let me put the volume up a bit, right? Okay, I'm gonna have to put it down again because it's probably gonna be loud on the next game. I must have tried this game before because there's some games I've got on here that I haven't necessarily like tried or anything. So let's have a look at this. But I like shmups, man, and this looks good. So whoever suggested this, really sorry I forgot who did because, well, it's me and my memory of a sieve. This game's good. Yeah, it feels good, man. Guys, I have to say one thing, right? If there's a game, an arcade game out, like a 2D arcade game, and you're playing it on the Saturn, right? Even though like it's like an arcade port or it's based on an arcade game, right? It actually feels like the responsiveness that you've got on the Saturn Core, it just makes the game feel better to me than actually playing like an arcade version on a software emulator. So if we're playing something on MAME or Final Burn Neo, I definitely prefer the Saturn version. So yeah, Bubble Symphony, Elevator Action Returns, even this game here, if this game was in the arcade, I mean, it just feels so responsiveness. And bear in mind, I'm not using a wired controller. I'm not using, you know, snacks or snack with it. I'm using an 8-bit M30, a 2.4 gigahertz one. Now, I'm okay with the latency on that, but this just feels so snappy. And this is why whenever, okay, I get used to emulation, software emulation, but when I return to FPGA and when I'm moving, it's just so responsive, man. But a lot of people won't actually notice that. I know a lot of people that are very happy with software emulation, and you know, software emulation is brilliant. I use it all the time. But you know, once you start playing stuff on the MiSTer and the Analog Pocket, man, especially the MiSter's just king, man. MiSter's king. I always say it. You know, long live the king. MiSter's king, right? Until something, look, it might change in the future. We might get other FPGA consoles coming out. Now, there's some interesting stuff happening. I got a tweet the other day from a game developer that said they wanted to get in touch with FPGA developers. And I asked them a bit more about their project. They said to me, are you happy to sign an NDA? And I was like, yeah, I'll sign an NDA because, well, I mean, you know, I'm told a lot of stuff in confidence. I never ever break confidence, right? Because you know what? It's just not a cool thing to do. And from a channel perspective, if I ever broke confidence, I'm not going to get more information, you know. So even for the longer picture, you wanna keep people's confidence, right? It's just the right thing to do. So they said to me, are you happy signing an NDA? And I said, yeah, no problem. But they haven't got back to me. But the same developer, I saw them on Twitter approach Robert Pape saying they're looking into an interesting FPGA project. So they approached Robert Pape. Don't know if Robert's on board with it or not. They asked him the question. I saw that they asked him openly on Twitter. So that's something interesting. We've obviously got Mars, we've got the Analog 3D, and then there's like the Replay 2 that that's on the horizon as well. And the Replay 2, guys, that project, that's one to keep an eye on, right? They're making progress fast, right? There's no like, here, look at this, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that. It's very, very minimal what they're showing, right? But how they're working, I mean, I'll speak to them, I'll go on their Discord. They're very, very professional in what they're doing. And don't be surprised if Replay 2 ends up being the FPGA console of 2024, right? I mean, I love the MiSTer. I'm always going to love the MiSTer. It doesn't matter, because if something more powerful comes out that can do more recent arcade games, wicked. But there's still a whole bunch of games and systems on the MiSTer that I absolutely love. But this year's going to be interesting, right? Mars, Replay 2, whatever Analog bring, and this other mystery FPGA project, which, you know, if I do find out what it is, but I've signed an NDA, I won't say anything about it, but it's interesting. What I can say is there's kind of 4 projects on the horizon. So we've got Mr. Bones next. I'm going to let that run. That's got an interesting kind of FMV at the beginning, right? So we can we can check that out while I have a look at chat. Wicked. Right, wicked. Oh, okay, wicked. There's games in here. Right, let me write those down. I've definitely got Princess Crown and Herc's Adventure. Herc's. Both good games, actually. I hope Princess Crown is a translation. Let me check out Blitz 64, Wicked. Panzer Dragoon. Oh yeah, okay. Someone asked for that last time. Unloved homie. Try and use caps, my bro. But I did get your Panzer Dragoon Zooey, right? Which I found out is like Panzer Dragoon on steroids, right? It's like a beefed up version of it. Power Slave. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Love getting your requests. It just saves me looking for games. Unless obviously I see a game in the list. That's really loud, isn't it? Let me turn that down. Sorry about that, guys. It's just some of the games are low, some of them are loud, and I have to adjust the volume on the fly. Yeah, so Power Slave is known as Exhumed. Thanks for pointing that out. If we don't have Power Slave, we look at Exhumed. I only kind of figured it out because I remember seeing that game, and I remember seeing the screenshots for it, and I was like, okay, that actually looks exactly like that game called Exhumed. Right, wow, we're on our second post-it, guys. Wicked, love it, love it. Right, okay, so let's do SOTN. Yep, we're gonna do the new version of SOTN though, yeah? Symphony of the Night. So that's gonna be good. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get everything here so I'm not missing anything. Right, okay. Actually, you know what? Let's put the next game on. I don't want to have a look at this. I put this on for Taco, but I think Taco was just kind of having a laugh, right? So let's there was a game someone said called Magic Knight Rayearth, and I really hope I got it. I don't think I have. Okay, no, I haven't got Magic Knight. Okay, cool. What's Knight? So let me put a star next to that. That's something I need to look out for and maybe get for next time. Right, Wild Arms. Again, I don't think I've got that. Nope. Okay, Wild Arms is another one to get. Then the next one we've got is Resident Evil. That starts with a good intro, so we can run that. Here we go, Resident Evil. Right, let's run a little bit. Sorry, just trying to keep up with chat. There's a lot there. I want to try and get all the game names I can down, and then I'll kind of chill a little bit. Okay, I think I've got most of them down. Ooh, Magic Rayearth is good. Right, yeah, Unloved Homie. I've got that down. So there's two games I need to get for next time, which is Magic Knight Rayearth and Wing Arms, which people have said. Hopefully I'm writing all the names down correct. Again, Wicked. Right, so okay, what's going on here? Why has this not booted up at all? Right, it does boot. It's definitely booted before. We've seen it. Yeah, Kevin, you know what? Yeah, that shmup, it was good, man. There's a lot of... This machine has really good shmups. I have to say, my new favorite shmup on... my new favorite shmup on the Saturn is... Ooh, what's it called? Guardian Forces? You know, the one with a tank. Everything about that game is just done right. The fact that you've got a fire that goes straight up and you rotate the turrets with the A and C button, it just feels like a dream. Like, it feels absolutely amazing the way you play it, right? It just feels good, right? So I really do like that game, and that's something I keep telling myself I need to see if it's available on emulation. I just never ever see it. Yo, SNK Kev, nice one for the super like, and encouraging everyone to press that like button, man. Dude, love. I got nothing but love for you, man. Like I say, most of the guys here. All right, let's go Chris on this one. Most of you guys are really cool, man. It's what kind of gives me the inspiration to do these streams, man. Like, so okay, talking about the monetary side of YouTube, right? If I do a video, if I spend 2 hours, sometimes even less, sometimes I can do a video in half an hour. It depends on the type of video, right? Burning Rages, noted, right? So I can do a video, right? I can take half hour to 2 hours doing a video. When I do the video and I put the video out, let's say, for example, it gets 2,000 views, right? That kind of equates to about £5 in money that I get, right, from YouTube, right? Now, you know, I'm not getting a lot from it, but I do enjoy doing it. Now, if I do a live stream and it gets the same amount of views, let's say I do a live stream and it gets 2,000 views, right? that will only make like £1.20 or something. It will roughly make a quarter of what it does. So there's less financial incentive to do a stream, but it's not really about the money. I'm not making life-changing money on this or anything. It's definitely a nice bit of payment I get every month. I can get myself something with it. You know, I'm averaging £200 to £300 every month, right? Depending on how much work I put in and how many videos that I do. But the live streams hardly pay anything. I don't know why. Ads are turned on in there and everything, but I just so enjoy doing them, man. They're just so much fun. And the good thing about live streams is once you finish, guys. It just, you know, you're done. That's it. There's no editing. There's no, you know, thumbnail. There's no this. There's no that. You finish the stream. You're done. You go. What we've got an hour left, guys. And guys, I'll tell you one thing. When I do these streams, man, time flies. Like we've been at it for 45 minutes already, and time's flying. And we're looking at Resident Evil the FMV here. Let me press a button. We've got a whole bunch of good suggestions. Good suggestions here. So hopefully, if I remember correctly, it takes a little bit of time. So on the last update, I tested this when I done the 20 games on single RAM and dual RAM, and they both kind of locked out over here. It just seemed like, I thought it kind of crashed, but someone was kind enough to point out that you kind of lost access to the inputs, and they had the same issue. I didn't actually realize it was, I lost the inputs in the game. And have we? Okay, we haven't. Guys, remember when these graphics were cutting edge? But I have to say, even these graphics look so much better on a CRT, especially after visiting the arcade today, right? You can, wow, Anthony Dalino, thank you so much, man. That's super appreciated, dude. Wicked, wicked. Celebrate the first sticker from Anthony. I'm definitely celebrating my dude. Okay, so I've lost input, right? I'm going to try something here. Oh, sorry. I was saying, so I was looking, so when we were playing the arcade, my boys played one of the Tekken games. It might have been like Tekken 2 or Tekken 3. And even though it was 3D and all that stuff there, right? Let's see if this actually works. If I turn that back on, is that going to have an impact on there? No. Okay, no, it doesn't. Right, for some reason, Resident Evil, it was working before, but it's just lost. It's lost input for some reason. Hopefully that'll get resolved. But what's the next game we've got on our list? So, oh, we got Elevator Action. Elevator Action Returns. That's just a great game, man. No excuse to check that one out. That's just wicked. I don't mind the old Elevator Action, but man, Elevator Action just Returns blows that out of the water. It's just wow. It is just insanely good, man. Insanely good. Tell him Freddie sent you. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really enjoy doing these streams, and I love really just chatting with you guys, man. GQ Oshabari Parodi. You know what? Thank you. Scolinio. Yeah, Parodius is wicked, man. Love that game. Parodius. Right, writing this down. I love Parodius. I really can't wait for the arcade call, man. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully Hotego will drop that soon. So we didn't get a JT Friday. We didn't get a new release this week, but we got a really good update from Hotego where he's working on fixing a lot of stuff like previously. So that's absolutely awesome. Like really looking forward to that, because whenever like there's some updates and some MRAs get updated, other stuff gets updated, what happens is sometimes it breaks other games and people always say, oh, this was working before, it's not working now. So Hotego's going through and getting all that resolved. He said there was about 70 issues they were looking at. They've already addressed 20 of them in the last couple of weeks. So it'd be nice to see if we get something next week. I'm really looking forward to the Konami stuff, and also the Neo Geo Pocket Core to mature a bit more, so we get like Neo Geo Pocket Color as well. But cool, I love it when they show like an intro in this. I can just kind of chill, chat, and have a look at the stuff. What's this? Okay, so yo, Ori, how you doing, man? Guys, Ori's my friend, man. He's very local. We're gonna meet up, right? I know him from the channel. I know him from the streams. Absolutely awesome guy, man. We've been talking on DM on Discord, and he's actually so okay. The arcade I went to today, the same distance the arcade is from my house, it's the same distance from his house, so it's like a middle point. So what I'm going to do actually for everyone that's in London or in the UK, I'm going to arrange a trip to the arcade. I'm going to speak. I know like the owner of the arcade, the guy that I used to know that used to work there, he's gone. Like some of the staffing has changed, so I'm going to speak to the owner and I'm going to get like something done. I'm not interested in really getting paid or making money out of it, but what I am going to say is, look, if I do a post and I invite everyone to come down, it's £15 entry on the weekend on a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm just going to say that, look, if anyone comes from the channel, can you give them like 10% off? So instead of paying 15, they pay 13.50, which I think is a good request. I don't want anything out of it, but it'd be nice to actually do like a local meetup, right? Because I don't show my face on camera, but I don't hide my face in public, you know? So it'll be nice to meet, right? And most of you guys are text as well, unless you've got your picture in your profile. Yeah, so it'll be good to do a meetup. We'll definitely need to do that. And Ori, definitely wicked. It'll be good to see you down there. Andy, is Night Striker, have I got that game? Sorry, I thought it was Night Stalkers you were saying. I was about to poop my pants there thinking, is Night Stalkers out for the Saturn? Because if it was, I was ashamed that I never actually tried it, man. Night Striker, I'm not sure if I've got that. It doesn't ring a bell, but maybe I have got it, right? But yeah, this is Elevator Action, guys. It's amazing. It's such a great game. Like such a great game. Like just it's different, but it just plays so well. I mean, look how good it looks, right? I can imagine playing this in the arcade and just being blown away by it. It just feels right. Everything about the game just feels right. It kind of spells out, you know, like in the arcade, you want to blow stuff up, you want to see exciting stuff, and this game definitely, without a doubt, delivers on that. So we've got Tecmo Football next. I'm sure I haven't got that, but I will have a look for it. But we'll let the gameplay in, because this does look good. It had sound issues before. The sound issues are resolved. The sound went a little bit funny at the end of the level, but that seems to have been resolved as well. But I'm not gonna have. No, I haven't got Tecmo. Sorry, bud. Whoever asked for that Tecmo Football game, I haven't got it. I'll check my CHDs just in case. No, I haven't got it. It's just not something that would interest me. So apologies. I will try and get that one down. Now we're on to something really interesting, though. We are on to Princess Crown. And I think the art style for the game is just wicked, man. Is that a translation? I can't remember. I think it might, yeah. I don't know if this has actually been translated yet, but this is one of those games that if it gets translated, it'll be wicked, because it just looks so darn good, man. Cotton is wicked. Let's write down Cotton as well, because that's always a fun game to have a look at. A great shmup. And the Saturn version is just absolutely wicked. Yeah, the Saturn version's good. It feels bang on, and that's one thing I love about this console, man. The Saturn, it done terribly in the UK. I mean, it didn't do great. PlayStation kind of killed it, but yeah, it just wasn't around that much. It never got the love. So I'm discovering all this stuff on the Saturn, literally for the first time, and I can't believe how many 2D games great 2D games it has. Now, what I'm trying to think now is, if back in the day, right? So back in the day when the Saturn came out, I know this is going to sound bad, right? But this is the era when things were moving to 3D. Now, I don't want to pick up the cat here. You can have the cat, old lady. So this was the era where, come on, here we go. Things were moving into 3D. So a lot of the times it was considered, you were kind of staying away from 2D because it reminded you of the 16-bit era, right? Wow, okay, that's in English. And you were kind of trying to get into the 3D stuff because you were really wowed by that. So I'm just wondering if at the actual time, right, how do I just pick this one? No? Oh, okay, she's reading up. She's going to read me the book. Should have sat in the old granny's lap. Yeah, so I'm actually wondering. Yeah, Vanillaware are awesome, dude. They're wicked. I played Odin's Sphere. It's really good. Loved that on the Vita. Never finished it though, but I really got into that. So kind of going back to the Saturn. Like, so when the Saturn actually was out, right? Would I have actually played it? Because would I have been in the mindset right now? I don't know if many of you guys will agree with me, right? But at the time the PlayStation was out, the N64 was out, the Saturn was out, that was the current generation. We're looking at 3D games, right? At least all of us, we were looking and we were like, no, we don't want these 2D games anymore. We want 3D stuff. Now, in hindsight, man, I love the stuff I'm seeing on the Saturn. Like, I'm like, wow, I really wish if I played it. But I don't think at the time I would have appreciated all this 2D stuff. I would have looked at it and thought, nah, you know, I want 3D stuff. I want like the Resident Evil. I don't know, like even like Loaded, where it had, you know, it was a top-down shooter, but it had those 3D graphics or 3D-ish kind of looking graphics. Stuff like Wipeout, you know. Those are that is what is all the rage. I think Saturn is something I wouldn't have appreciated at the time it was out, even if I had it. At least all the 2D stuff. I would have loved. I like stuff like Panzer Dragoon, Burning Rangers. Those are the games I would have liked on there. This 2D stuff, I probably would have said, "No, I'm not buying this." But you know, fast forward now to 2024. This is the stuff that I like. I'm much less interested in the 3D stuff than the 2D stuff. Now, some of the 2D stuff we've got arcade cores for, so there's not much point in playing them. Apart from like some of the fighters, you're gonna have like World Tour mode. You're gonna have like a good single player mode in there that you can go in and play and you know have. Like I like the fighters when it gives it a little bit more purpose, right? Like even in Street Fighter 6, the World Tour mode, where you can customize, like make a Ryu character but give him a command grab. So all these ones, when it has like other elements in there, it just makes it more interesting. But having a look at what we've got on screen now, Princess Crown, man, the FMV for this, like the intro is just absolutely wicked, man, absolutely wicked. Wicked, all right, okay, so it's been installed. You know what, it's likely to happen, man. There's so much translation happening out there, it's just amazing. Wicked, yeah, I didn't, so SNK Kev, in regard to the Sega Saturn, I didn't have it. When I had my game shop, someone traded one in, and honestly I didn't even know how to get it up and running and everything. I'm not sure how many games I had with it, and I can't remember what I did. I had like a friend that would be like, that would buy stuff off me cheap at the time, but he's a hardcore collector, and a lot of the stuff he actually bought from me it's worth a lot of money now, but he's just a collector. He doesn't let go of stuff. Like, he's still got his Mega Drive, he's got his Master System, he's got his Amiga, whereas, you know, he kind of, when he got his stuff, he got it and he kept it, whereas I hustled as a kid. Like, when something new came out, I wanted to trade it in and get something new. I wanted that shiny thing at all costs. It doesn't matter whether I was at a loss, whatever I was doing, traded in. You know, I'm the guy that traded in his Neo Geo with a whole bunch of games for a 3DO. Now, I'm not dissing the 3DO. I quite like the 3DO, not quite as much as VGE, but I do like Quarantine on there, Return Fire, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo has a great soundtrack on there. There was a Need for Speed game. What else was there? Quarantine, the taxi game. So there was a bunch of decent games on there, but man, no, it wasn't worth swapping a Neo Geo for, and probably paying money on top, knowing me. Did anyone remember like the video rental stores where they sold video games in there as well? Those places were awesome, man. I miss those. Bummer today, if you guys watched the news video, like the biggest games retailer that we have in the country are stopping doing trade-ins, which kind of sucks, because sometimes I buy a physical game and if I don't like it, I'll just go and trade it in and pick up something else. So it's just kind of sad to see that the future is going to be digital, which means at any point you can be shafted when they're like, well, we're removing this service, download the game or lose it forever, which just kind of sucks. Right, guys, the intro for this is long. This is fantastic. Let's move over to the next one. What have we got after Princess Crown? We've got Herc's Adventure. Now, Herc's Adventure is a good game from what I remember. It's like a Zelda-y kind of dungeon crawler type of game. Oops, really forgetting my ABC here. Herc's Adventure, right? Okay, so this is definitely an interesting game. A good one to find. I'm saying. Do you know what, SNK Kev? I kind of wish if I did keep everything. I mean, there was times in my life where I kind of moved out, and you know, like when I was younger, when I was like 18, I kind of left my parents, I moved out, and my possessions literally fitted in a suitcase. I had like clothes, had like one console at the time. For a period of time, I didn't even have like a console. I used to play like around my friend's house, especially like the N64 era. But then like I got a PlayStation, so I don't know how I would have kept it. My family moved around a little bit as well. You know, they changed country at a specific point. I came back, so I don't think I would have been able to keep all my stuff from when I was younger. But let's say from my mid-20s, where there was a bit more stability, there may have been an opportunity to kind of keep everything that we had. Let me put the volume up a bit. I know the volume kind of seems okay-ish, actually. It doesn't seem too bad. Frankenstein through the eyes of the monster. Andy, is that a game you're asking for? Frankenstein, right? Because I don't remember any game being called Frankenstein, but I'll write it down and I'll look it up. Never even heard of it, to be honest, if that is a game. Get through. Wow, okay, wicked, right. I like the cartoons on this, right? So guys, remember when I say this a lot, but when we were taking that jump up to 32-bit, stuff like this was really cool to see, you know, like seeing like a cartoon. And if you're into cartoons, you've got like a little bit of a cartoon to actually watch before you're playing a game. I mean, now I feel we've got too much choice. I tell my wife sometimes, go and watch something on Netflix. Her and my daughter will spend like an hour trying to look for stuff, and in the end they'll come, like my missus will come up and be like, what's up? And she's like, yeah, I'm sleepy, I'm going to bed. I'm like, what's up? And she just gets tired looking for stuff on Netflix to watch. And I feel like having too much entertainment is, as much as how great it is and how we have everything on tap, it's definitely a little bit of a curse, right? Because remember, when you wanted to watch a movie, you had to have the videotape, you had to record it off TV, you had to hire it, you had to borrow it. So you were very limited in the entertainment you had. But in a sense, it was better. You didn't have too much. When we were buying cartridges for, like, say, our Mega Drive or our Super Nintendo, let's say if you're fortunate, you might have got a game a month. But more than likely, you probably got like 5 or 6 games a year. You'd end up swapping with friends, and you'd really play the games. You'd complete the games that you would play. I think we've got Burning Rangers. Yeah, we got Burning Rangers written down as well. Burning Rangers, and what's this? Keo Flying Squadron. Okay, I'll write that down. I don't know if I've got that, you know. Let's give Herc's Adventure a quick blast, because that's interesting. Keo Flying Squadron. I might have that one. Having to do some shorthand here. Oh, okay, the demo looks good. I don't necessarily need to play too much of it. So, guys, this game is wow, look at that. Look at the graphics on that. Thought it was going to pop out and jump me, man. Is that picture you're taking too long? But this was a good game. I think, yeah, this is definitely, it's got a unique look about it. I love the way it looks. I kind of like the way it plays as well. This is something I would have liked on the Saturn. You know, if I had a Saturn back on the day, it's a kind of game I would have played. I think it features quite, yeah, it just looks good. The characters are good, colors are good, it's bright, it's colorful, it's jolly, and you're walking around chucking bombs on, like, I don't know, Viking ships. I was going to say pirate ships, but Viking ships. And I also like the fact that it does a demo, right? Because games like this don't often have a demo. They'll just have a certain intro sequence that they're kind of running through. So wicked. Rewatch episode 5. Oh, wicked. Oh, what is it? I need to watch something. Oh, I need to watch Reacher season 2. I really enjoyed Reacher season 1 on Amazon. Amazon Prime's doing adverts now, right? That kind of sucks. I've got Amazon Prime, but if they're doing adverts, I might need to actually watch it. Watch it via alternative means, you know, that where I don't get ads, because you know, you're paying for a service. Why they're putting ads now? All right. Next up, we've got one of the new ones I put on here, which is Panzer Dragoon Zwei. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I've really forgotten my alphabet today. So here we go. Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei. I've never tried this. I never knew about the existence of this game until someone mentioned it. Anthony, I'm pretty sure I've got The Legend of Oasis. All right, let's give that a reset. Really weird with this. Always have to do that. Well, I think The Legend of Oasis. Oh, and Unloved Homie wants that too. The Legend of Oasis is a game that's similar. It's similar to Herc's Adventure, from what I remember. It's like one of those adventure games, but it's got nice. There's something about games, I really like them bright and colourful, and it's not just because my monitor doesn't do dark stuff well. I just find bright and colourful games very cheerful. It's just, if a game's bright and colourful, it just feels really nice. Always feels nice. Right, let's have a look. Hold Amazon to Davy Jones. Oh, wicked. Oh, okay, yeah. Do you know what? Okay, when I say I've got Amazon Prime, right? I don't actually have Amazon Prime. I use my brother's one. I've been using it for years. It's like he's kind of added me on there. And obviously he's my brother, so I've got my card on there. So I use all his Prime services. I'm not actually paying for it myself, but I think it would be something I pay for because I do use their services a lot. But I absolutely hate Amazon, man. I mean, like, oh, I miss going to shops and picking up games, looking at imports, or even like window shopping, right? And I mean, like, I took my kids to the arcade and they got to experience that today and they absolutely loved it. They even played, like, they were playing Alpha 2. One of my kids picked Gen, the other picked Sakura, and they were playing it. But I can't give them that experience of going into shops and just finding cutting edge games, you know. Like, they're so heavily into Rocket League at the moment. My youngest one is into Halo Infinite, and guys, he is serious at that game. Oh wow, so this is absolutely banging, guys. Wow, I just can't believe I never knew about this. I like the way the explosions look on this. Okay, so I'm kind of wicked. Wow, this looks good, man. I still remember the first game I ever saw on the Saturn was in Advanced Consoles off Carnaby Street, which is close to Oxford Street for anyone that doesn't know London. You kind of hear London, you hear Oxford Street. It's a well-known landmark. And there was so Carnaby Street, right? Carnaby Street is a street full of like rock t-shirts, a lot of like rock and metal memorabilia. I actually met James Hetfield there from Metallica. Really cool guy. Like, Metallica, one of my favorite bands. Master of Puppets, their best album. So this was just before the Black Album. Really nice guy. Said hello to him. He said hello back. Was polite. Wasn't rude or anything. You know, decent guy. But on Carnaby Street, off Carnaby Street, I can't remember the name of the road, but it was off Carnaby Street. They had Advanced Consoles, and I remember seeing the Saturn in there and seeing the first Panzer Dragoon and seeing, you know, that dragon flying, man. It just looked amazing. There's just something about dragons in video games, right? Dragons make video games better. It doesn't matter if you control the dragon, if you jump on the dragon, like Golden Axe, Panzer Dragoon, it doesn't, you know, Rastan, Saga 3, what is it, Blade Warriors or Warrior Blade, or if you're fighting dragons, you know, something like Skyrim. Like, I kind of got bored of Skyrim, but you got to admit, right, you know, when you do that first dragon fight, it is just epic, right? Dragons make video games better. Same way, like if you play a racing game and you see a hot air balloon, a Ferris wheel, or a helicopter, or a plane taking off, it makes the racing game better. I'd go as far as say that I played like the first Forza, and in the first Forza game, guys, you actually get to race against like an aeroplane. That was fairly epic. I always want to play like the latest Forza. I've got my Game Pass subscription. I'm going to cancel it, but it runs out in May. My kids, my daughter's already moved to PC. The boys are moving to PC now. I've told them, look, you can play like your console stuff, but I'm not paying for like Game Pass, because I paid for Game Pass, right? All they play is like Rocket League or some of the free games, so they're not really taking advantage of it, and I'm trying to cut out as many subscription charges as I can, only what I have to pay. In fact, at this moment in time, I'd say my biggest subscription charge is the patrons that I support. There's a few patrons I support, not even too many, but there are a few that I support out there, and that's my biggest subscription charge. After that, I think it'll be Netflix. That will be the next one, guys. I can play this for a bit longer, but you know what? Let's move on and do one, because we've only got 35 minutes left. So let's try and breeze through some games. We've got Power Slave now, so I wonder if that's going to be Power Slave or is that going to be Exhumed? No, we've got Power Slave here, and this is a good game, right? With a Saturn, one thing that you'll find with a Saturn, guys, is the controls, right? I'm using the 8-bit though, the M30 controller, right? But for FPSs, you kind of want, like, we're used to the dual analog sticks now, aren't we? That's like industry standard. But what's really good is it just works. The two shoulder buttons are strafe. It definitely works better. I actually prefer the controls for first-person games on the Saturn. I prefer them on the Saturn than I do on the N64, which had an analog stick. I hate the fact that everything on the analog pocket, everything on the N64 is always inverted. It's just always inverted. That was a standard. And if anyone remembers a GameCube, even left and right was inverted. It was the wrong way around. You know, like I remember playing Zelda, the Wind Waker on emulation. I had to change the right analog stick so left is right and right is left, because it was just bugging me doing it the other way. Again, look, this game, it just controls really really well. LNR make me strafe. I can move around. Definitely play this a lot better than a lot of the N64 games. So revisiting like first-person games, seeing them on, playing them on a Saturn is definitely a decent experience. You shut me down, bang bang. Right, okay, yeah, this game's good, man. Do you know what? I really would have liked this back in the day. Take that, spider. Really, really good frame rate on this as well. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I don't know if I don't think it's running at a full 60, but man, it looks good. Love it. So I remember seeing this in magazines. You know, when first person shooters were becoming a thing. I remember seeing this and thinking how good it looked. And like Andy said, this was called Exhumed in Europe. That's what I know this game as. So I've got weapon power. Right, yeah, this game runs well, guys. Was there a button here? Yeah, there was a button here, wasn't it? Was it C? Nope. Was it B? Nope. Okay, how do I act? Oh, it is C. Okay, cool. Nice. See, like, it's darkness like this. My monitor doesn't really do it too well. But you know what? I'll still use it because when I'm playing stuff, the games I'm usually playing are quite bright on this. On the MiSTer, so it's usually arcade stuff I'm playing, and it doesn't suffer from that. But it's a very responsive screen, man. There's 1 millisecond of display lag, and you know, that's why I'll pick that over that. But guys, let's have a look at the next game because we have got a few to get through. I've got a few games to look for next time as well. Oh, we've got Castlevania Symphony of Night, and guys, this version of it is just fantastic, really good. And if you want to play like a handheld version, you've got an Android console, like I've got an Android handheld. The Android version of Symphony of Night is actually really good, man. It is really good. Absolutely love it. Yeah, Duke Nukem's out for the Saturn, Ori. Let me write that down. So Duke Nukem was actually, there's a good bit of history about that. So early on in the Saturn Core, in its very infancy, when we were first testing this out, what was really weird, guys, was Duke Nukem would make other games work. So you would run a game, it wouldn't work, but you would run Duke Nukem, and then straight after Duke Nukem, you would run another game, and the game would work. Can't explain it, but yeah, it will just make it work. Here you go. Okay, yeah, we're on Castlevania now, Unloved, homie. Yeah, it felt, yeah, no, you know what, Ori? Yeah, a lot of the games do, especially the way they control, you know, the control scheme. So I like the fact that for first-person games, the Saturn had like a universal control scheme. It just worked. It worked really well. So, right, let's go. I wonder if I've got a save on this. No, I didn't actually play it enough to save it. Right. One of the best games ever, man. Just such a great game. Right. So this is Richter. I'm going to say it properly. Look, it looks like Richard to me. Now, I've always called him Richer, even though you hear it saying Richter. Let's do the prologue, right? Because the prologue is epic. It's one of the best game beginnings ever. So there's a streamer that I watch, Jupiter Climb. He's really good at Castlevania games. More of like the Dawn of Sorrow stuff, Area of Sorrow, like the DS ones. He's very good. And I felt a bit bad for him. I've been playing the new Prince of Persia game. In fact, I was thinking about streaming that, but then I thought I saw the Saturn Core come out. So he's really good, and he's very good at speedruns. In fact, he's a record holder for some speedruns. But what happened is, so there's like a dash cancel or a slide cancel you can do in the new Prince of Persia game, but he was likely gonna win it, right? But the mods, so and the speed run, the reward Ubisoft have put out for that is $10,000. So it's no chump change, right? If you're good at the game and you put in the time, you can do the run quicker than anyone else. You win 10,000. However, they've banned the use of slide cancels in the Prince of Persia, the new Prince of Persia, whatever it's called. I can't remember the subtitle for it, but the new Prince of Persia Metroidvania, they've banned slide cancels, saying that it's glitching and you're not allowed to use glitches, which is terrible, because if you watch Symphony of the Night speedruns, they're always doing like that shield dash cancel. And what else is there? They're like Bloodstained. I think there's a cancel as well. I don't know how to do it in Bloodstained. I'm still hoping Rebecca. Doomport. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, you know what? Let me put the volume up a bit because this is an epic soundtrack as well. Actually, I'm not even gonna go up there. Oh, one thing I don't like about the sound, I like playing this on a PlayStation style controller, right?
Dracula,
so you can hear him,
and leave this world.
but you can press start and skip it, and that's a big thing, man. That's so awesome to be able to skip that. All right, let's get that. Is it? Which one is? Okay, love this game, man. Guys, it's such a brilliant intro. If you haven't played Castlevania Symphony of Night, you might want to play this version. You know, it is difficult. So if you want an easier version of the game, there's a ROM hack out for the PlayStation called Castlevania Symphony of Night Kind and Fear, or Fear and Kind, and it makes it a lot easier. The enemies don't level up way above you, right? But I'm kind of running. I want to do the beginning part because I love the soundtrack for this, man. It is so darn good, man. So darn good. And it's nice how it kicks in. It starts off no soundtrack, and then bang, the soundtrack just kicks in. Here we go. Let me do a VGE and let's crank it. Let's give you 45 seconds of this soundtrack and I'll be right back. I think you can probably hear me as well if I talk, but yeah, man, let's appreciate the soundtrack for this game. I'll get goosebumps for this soundtrack, man. It's actually my ringtone at the moment, but I'm gonna change it today for a RoboCop the arcade game, the kind of title screen music. Really like that as well. Okay, how do you do with the dash? Okay, so. Okay, I'm not as good as the speedrunners, but that's the shield cancel. Okay, let's get a bit of turkey and let's run the next game because I've done this beginning part so many times, absolutely love it. Right, next up is Burning Rangers. This is a game that everyone asks for every single time and absolutely no issues with it. It looks absolutely wicked and it's got a good intro, so I can actually read some of the chat. Let me turn the sound down a little bit now. Yeah, Burning Rangers is fantastic. Definitely like a system seller. This would have been a system seller at the time. If you're on the fence about buying a Saturn and all of a sudden you saw Burning Rangers, you're like, you know what? Wow, I've got to see that. Oh, okay, something new. I'm kind of looking at my phone here. Oh no, we don't want top messages. We want all messages. Right, okay, cool. Just kind of messing about here. Right, what's this? Or he says SNES Castlevania 4 has the best soundtrack for me. Yeah, I really like the Castlevania sound, the soundtrack. I never really played Castlevania 4 on the SNES. I've tried it after, and you know what? That's a tough ass game, man. The classic Vania games, they're very, very difficult. I never even completed the original Castlevania on the NES, man. Like the NES Castlevania, I played it. Guys, I just couldn't complete it, man, and me and my friend used to take turns. We completed like Mega Man 2, we completed the Super Mario 1, Super Mario 2, kind of wasn't really around when Super Mario 3 came out, right? But man, like, yeah, Castlevania, the first one was tough. I'm not even sure if I got to the last level. I used to die on the level with the raft. It was just tough. Absolutely loved it, but it's one of the games I tend not to go back to classic Vania games. Like I can't. I need that map. I need that RPG stuff in there. I need that progression. I need, like, in is it Area of Sorrow? I need that Hoover, man. Persephonis. Persephonis, is that Persephonis you're getting? When you get the Solar Persephonis, you get the Hoover, and that Hoover it just sucks their health and gives it to you. You can OP during most of the game using that Hoover, man. Absolutely love them, man. You know what, Phantasm? Castlevania Bloodlines has a great soundtrack, and the reason that I know the soundtrack, right, is that I have not played Bloodlines too much, but a friend of the channel, I forget their last name now, Michael something, so they've made a hack, the best hack that's available for Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, where Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, what it does, you can pick like maybe 10 characters. You can pick like Mario in it, you can pick Mega Man in it, you can pick a whole host of different characters in there, but as well as that, they've used the soundtrack from Bloodlines, and it sounds really good. All right, let's try and let's give this a quick blast, right? There might be a long intro for this. So this is one of the games that started working a little bit earlier on in the core, and as the core progressed, performance for this game started to get better and better. Let's have a look. Story mode. Some of these games have a massive intro. Ooh, how long have I got? We got like 22 minutes left. I could probably like drain it out a little bit more, but you know what, I try not to. My wife is just so cool, man. I mean, she's super happy today because her and my daughter got to go out, and I took the boys out. So that was wicked. Oh, what's this? Harmony of Dissonance on PS3 and X. I'm not sure. I don't think it is Phantasm. It's a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy Advance game. You can get it on. You can get it on the Switch. Oh no, hold on. No, it's not for 360 and PS3. So the current generation of consoles, maybe PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. If it's out for that, the Castlevania Advance Collection, it's actually very good. I bought it for the Switch. I bought that at full price, man. Even though I've got so many different ways of playing it, it's good to play it on the analog pocket. I just wanted to support that game because I want Konami to make another Castlevania game. So if they release like a 2D Castlevania game, I will always support it because I just want to see more Castlevania games. Right, Burning Rangers takes a while to get into, so let's do the next one, which is Astal.
Press the R button quickly now.
Astal. Oh, here we got Astal. Right, hey guys, anyone that's tuning in late, hey, welcome guys, like welcome. Glad you're spending your Saturday night. It's Saturday night here in London, UK. It's 20 to 10. Depending on where you are around the world, it's different times. I know USA, you're behind us. Australian side, New Zealand side, that side you're ahead of us, but anyone, let us know where you're from. It's always nice to find out where you're all tuning in from, so just pop down and be like, you know, I'm from, last time when I asked, we had like Philippines, we had Australia, it was nice to see that this stream, or there's people viewing it from like lots of different places around the world. I don't know, it just kind of feels nice. I mean, I always say 50% of my viewers are the USA, but the USA is a big country, you know, it's like part of a continent. I love Homie. I'm going to write Sega Rally down. Hopefully we can get all that stuff done, which will be good. Sega Rally is wicked, man. Absolutely love it. Talking of Sega racers, man, like my boys played Crazy Taxi. They had that in the arcade today. They had Outrun 2, and they had some newer ones as well. I think I saw like a Midnight Express there. They had the initial D games as well, but the 2 games, one of the cabinets wasn't working. Only one was. Yeah, this game's interesting. I really like how this looks. Now, I don't think this is Vanillaware, but it reminds me of like a Vanillaware game. It could well be. Also, I really like Dragon's Crown, man. It's a game that I kind of wish if I played it more. Right, it was a beat 'em up with just RPG elements in it, and you know, rinse and repeat. You could play it for hundreds of hours. I really wish if we got another beat 'em up like Dragon's Crown, man. I mean, I've enjoyed Streets of Rage 4. I've enjoyed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Yeah, great. Love it. I just chucked the whole beanstalk from Jack and the Beanstalk at those dudes. Absolutely amazing. Great game.
Get out of the way.
Wicked. Okay. That's enough. Get out of here. I need to rescue me bird. Have I died? Cool, because that means it's time for the next game. Okay, yes, next one is a great one. It's one that I always hope people ask for. They don't always ask for it, but I'm so glad it was asked for today. And it's this one here, the Parodius game. I'm not even going to try and announce the first part. Oh, Harmony of Despair, Castlevania. Yes, that's the multiplayer one. Right, Phantasm. If you want to check out Harmony of Despair, if you're on my Discord, or if you're on Twitter or Reddit or anywhere you can DM me or anything, there's actually a Discord so they've remade the game in the Unity engine, I think, and they've got a whole community and you can play it online. So I actually got a friend to download the Harmony of Despair and I played it with them. The multiplayer is still alive via PC. You can go online and guys, you can play Harmony of Despair right now. I've got like a handheld PC. It's got a 10-inch screen. It works really well on that. Even if you what is it? Even if you even I'm playing it on a 10-inch screen. Even if you zoom all the way out, it just works really well, guys. It just works wicked. So Harmony of Despair, man, Phantasm, it's alive, man. It's alive. There's a Discord dedicated to it. You can download like the latest version of the game. It's linked in there. You can download it, run it on PC. It just runs wicked, man. Like, I tried it out. Obviously, like, I'm limited to time. I end up spending more time playing games that I want to make videos on than actually playing games. That's what kind of like I enjoy these streams. I'm probably going to do a stream where I'm actually playing a game at one point, you know, maybe like pick a game. I like it when we get like a new FPGA release because that gives me an opportunity to pick it. Right, so I think last time I picked the cat when I played this. I really do like how these paper aeroplanes look. So right, this one, right, don't pick the top one. That's, you can't pick your power up. You want to pick your power up in this game, so let's pick that up. I also like that in this game the missile and the fire's one button. I hate spamming two buttons, man. It does me in. Like some of the arcade cores, I will definitely be configuring like missile and fire to the same button, man. It's difficult spamming both of them. But I always like just one speed in these games. I feel one speed is enough. Once you go two, it makes you too fast. But I feel certain parts of the game you might need that double speed. But at least at the beginning, you're kind of all right. Always go one speed first, go for your missiles, and then usually laser or options then laser, depending on how I'm feeling. No. But I think the same version of this game is out for the SNES as well. Look at the laser. It's like it's firing multicolored jizz out there, man. What a banging soundtrack. Hopefully you guys are getting some of that wicked game, man. That's the way, Okay, cool. Right. As much as I want to play it, it's going to end soon, so let's try and do it. Andy said Night Stalkers. I don't think... Have I got Night Stalkers? I'll be surprised if I do. Oh, Night Stalkers. Okay, sorry. Night Stalkers. Now I get it. Night Stalkers. It's bloody Night Warriors, isn't it? The Revenge. Okay, so we've got Night Warriors, and then have we got Vampire? I forget which one's which, to be honest. So that was interesting. I haven't actually tried this before on the Saturn. So... like the first one, I don't know how the games go on this series, right? But the first one came out after Super Turbo, and I remember looking at this and I always wanted to try it and I never ever got to try it. And I think it was one of those games that I would have absolutely loved it, right? It just would have been, it just looked wicked, but I never got into this. And I feel if I played this as a kid, I would have got into the Marvel vs. Capcom games, because this is the game that kind of brought those chain combos and the other kind of stuff in there that you got in the Marvel stuff, like the combo system. It was a bridge to them, at least as far as I see it. But I never played those. So the Street Fighter games I can play, I like Super Turbo, Alpha. What else? What are the other ones as well? Alpha, like Third Strike, Capcom versus SNK 2. The ones without like all the super jump where you can go out of the screen. No, we definitely want normal. However, when I went arcade today, guys, I got a few wins on Third Strike against, you know, some of like the UK players now, like the young players. But man, they were like a whole lot better than me, man. There was just, they were, they were good, man. I got some wins. They had really good execution. I was dropping a lot of combos. No excuses, man. They were better than me. I would like to play more again. Yeah, guys, again, this core is just so responsive, man. Honestly, like I don't know this game well enough to be like, okay, it's this much different from CPS2. But when I'm moving the character moves straight away, and that's again, that's what drew me to FPGA gaming. It was playing Super Turbo and realizing when I'm moving my character, it feels like I'm moving the character in the arcade, like I'm in the arcade playing the darn thing. Especially when I tried it around my friend's house on his CRT, and he's got the arcade board there as well. And I was like, okay, you know, this is amazing. And you can feel it. You can feel it in fighters, at least for me, more than everything else. I know there'll be some of you guys out there that'll be like, okay, there's platformers that you can feel it on. There might be shmups that you can feel that on. Right. Okay. Cool. What's next? What's next? Let's rush through. Right. Cotton. We're gonna do a bit of cotton. Like cotton. Ooh, Code Ark. I just remembered. There's a game, another code that was out for the for the DS. Was it DS or 3DS? It was quite a popular, like kind of like a cult classic, right? But yeah, they're kind of remaking it for the Switch. I don't know if it's available or not. I remember checking it out on either the DS or the 3DS, but I found it a little bit boring. I never got into it. Right, what game did we actually... Oh, Cotton 2. Okay, why is it... That definitely worked. That worked. Let me go for another reset. If not, I'll pick the game, right? Because this worked last time flawlessly, but I've not had to do like a reset twice. Okay, it's working now. So that was a couple of resets there. Oh, you know what? Ultraman is... Yeah, Ultraman Vampire Savior is fantastic in general. Yeah. No, dude, it's a great game. I remember in the arcade when... So in the arcade, when I started going again, when I in like my mid-20s, right? So I was playing like CVS2 there. They had that in the arcade at one point on Casino near Goose Street Tube Station. They also had Third Strike. Third Strike is what I was mainly playing. But I remember they had one of the Vampire Savior games. I can't remember which one. And the Vampire Savior game that they had there, it was cheaper to play as well. It was like 20p. It was very, very cheap. It wasn't like the 50p game. It was one of the cheaper ones. And it looked really, really good. I remember my friend playing like the furry monster. Looked like a fat Bigfoot. I don't know if it's called Sasquatch or maybe something similar to that. And he was really, really good. He was doing like some mad combos. And then there was the thing, like the little octopus thing. One of them used that as well. It was a fun game to watch. But I think because I didn't grow up with it, it just feels too difficult to get ahead and learn it, especially like when we moved to Marvel vs. Capcom. When I look at some of the newer ones, right, when you drop on the floor in Street Fighter, that's over. It's like they're on the floor now. You kind of go for your mix-up on your opponent's wake-up. But I see Marvel vs. Capcom, once they're on the floor, you can kind of bounce them up again and hit them. It just doesn't... I've never quite understood that. I mean, I've never really tried to understand it, but when I see like the combos and stuff in there, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I guess I'm just old-fashioned. I'm more into, you know, your classic beat-em-ups where your super jump, it might have super jump in there. Super jump still keeps you on the screen. It doesn't make you fly up 3 lengths of the screen like some of these Marvel games and whatnot. But yeah, the Darkstalkers game, Night Stalkers, Night Warriors, Vampire Savior, whatever it's called, they're all darn good games, man. They're all good games. I like the Capcom beat-em-ups. Right, next, Andy, did you say Frankenstein? I'm gonna go to F. I don't think I've got a I haven't got Frankenstein game. Okay, maybe that was something else in chat I got confused on. So then there was KEIO, however you say it, and something like HOA. Oh, I've got it. Okay, KO Flying Squadron 2. Someone mentioned that in chat. I'm glad I've got that, guys. Like some of the ones that I've got in here, I don't remember that I have them. Ori Retro Game. The muscle memory never goes. That's why. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah. I've got some of the muscle memory. So like, when I was playing today, like there was some combos I was dropping, and there was some combos I was still getting. I was still getting short jab short pretty much every time when I went to the arcade today. I might have missed it once, but that's just because I wasn't expecting to get a combo. So by the time I realized I was doing short jab short, I wasn't able to combo the super because I kind of expected them to block it. But generally when I got it and I was ready for it, I got it every time. But then when I was doing, for example, like the reactions for doing a hit confirm in third strike now. So when I was getting, when I was doing a crouching medium kick and trying to combo that into a super, I don't have the reactions to look at it and react, even though there's an easier way of looking at it, because in third strike, if you want to do a hit confirm, if you look at the energy bar, you see the energy bar flash or go down before you see like the hit. It's easier, it's actually easier at times to confirm it at, you know, you do your hit, you kind of look at the energy bar, you see it, you confirm it in. But I wasn't really able to, I think I might have confirmed one of Ken's crouching medium kicks, but generally I wasn't able to confirm. Like if I'd done any, I was guessing, or maybe like a punishment or like a counter poke. But I still can do supers really fast, more faster on 2-player side than 1-player side. Like, do you guys, when you play fighters, do you have a preferred side? Do you, like, I don't try and show my opponents this, right? Because I don't want them to know if I've got a weakness, but my execution is definitely better on 2-player side than it is on 1-player side. Unless I'm playing and I'm practicing, then it kind of evens out. So there's some games that when you look at the alpha games and like Capcom versus SNK2 and stuff like that. Sorry, let me put the volume up on this, it's low. So those games there, your character's got like combos, quarter circles in both directions, so you can vary your combos based on the side, the quarter circles your execution's better on. But generally in games, I'm better on 2-player side. But funny enough, when I'm playing Street Fighter 6, it doesn't matter what side I'm on. I'm equally as good on both sides. But I think the way I'm holding the stick or how I'm playing stuff, it's a little bit different. Ori, yeah, you're player 2. Now, here's a funny thing. When I played on pad, I preferred 1-player. On arcade stick, I prefer 2-player. I don't know why that is. 2-player is definitely one for me. I've seen it in tournaments where professionals, even someone like Sonic Fox, he likes being on 1-player side. And, you know, if there's a rule in the tournament that lets you toss for the side, he'll always invoke that. And I think he performs better on 1-player side. Okay. Oh nice, it's running a demo. Guys, this game looks really, really interesting. So this is that K Flying Squadron 2. Again, can never have enough of the 2D games. Oh, sorry, that's not a bit loud now. Let's turn that down a little bit. So can't get enough of these 2D games, man. Look how good this game looks, man. It looks fantastic. Like, you would never think it, right? K Flying Squadron 2. You'd think like, okay, it's got to be like some kind of flying simulator, but it's a 2D game where you're this cute little bunny going on bridges with waterfalls in the background. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, no, man, arcade stick is the way. Like, I don't use a pad, but if I'm playing, I do a lot of handheld gaming. So if I'm playing on a handheld console, then obviously I'm going to be playing on pad. So I tend to use pad for that kind of stuff there. So what we got here? Wow, where's all my? Oh, wow. Okay, yep. There's K. Let me cross that out. Okay, so we got the Legend of Oasis that was asked for. I wonder if that's under. Okay. Legend of Oasis. I like it when it's categorized like that. The D's at the front. That's absolutely awesome. Okay. What's that, homie? Like, it's funny that it's still flying or Flying Squad 2 when you don't fly in the first game. Okay, that's quite funny. So the game's called Flying Squadron, but you don't fly. I wonder if that's just like a very, very bad translation and the word may carry like a different meaning in Japanese, because sometimes you do get that with words, don't you? Okay, can we... this is going to be one of those long ones. In fact, this was one of the first games I tested saves on when save support became available for the Saturn Core. But I tried this on my other Saturn, the single RAM one. This is the dual RAM one. But honestly, guys, there's not much of a difference on this game. This game runs really, really well, in fact. And it looks well. Again, I like the colors of this. I think it reminds me of was it Landstalker on the Mega Drive? Like Sega's answer to Zelda. Right, okay, wow, I've just checked the time. It's like 5:02, man. I'm gonna have to go soon. So let's have a look at the next game, which is Duke Nukem, which I think Ori mentioned that. So Ori, let's have a look. Duke Nukem. The Duke Nukem was one of the first games on there. I still remember my cousin, who's a couple of years older than me, man. He saw this game and he was like, oh, you got to see this Duke. He still loves Duke Nukem. In fact, I call him Duke sometimes because he proper loves this game. He's bought all the new ones. He's played the one that came out on the 360. He's played the classic ones. I mean, he was just fascinated, right? When we were teenagers, I'm like maybe 4 years younger than him. He was like, look, there's like a strip club in here. You can go underground and do it. Like, he was just fascinated by this game, man. Absolutely loved this game. But this game runs fantastic. Control scheme, again, really, really good on a Saturn. Can't fault it. The control scheme on a Saturn is just fantastic with that Saturn pad. Even without an analog stick, I could go back and I could complete a game on here. When I say complete, obviously it's not too difficult, but it's not going to be the controls that let me down. Controls are not going to let me down on this whatsoever, guys. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, let's just go, let's rock. The Duke Nukem was the ultimate or the original first person shooter bad boy, right? I mean, he is the OG. Is he in what? He's had cameos in other games, hasn't he? Yeah, here we go. The strafe is here. Yeah, it just works, guys. So he's had cameos in okay, I thought you could blow those up. Oh, you can, cool. And go down there, isn't it? He's had cameo, is it? I don't know if he's in Mortal Kombat or not, I can't remember. But he's had a cameo in other games. But yeah, Duke Nukem works well, guys. My boys are going to be happy. They're going to hope that I don't end the stream soon, because whenever I end the stream, I'm going to like bedtime, and they're going to delay everything, try and stay up. Right, here you go, Ori. You can see, my bro, it's running well, it's looking good. Controls are wicked, strafe with the shoulder buttons. What's next now? Oh, Sega Rally. Let's do a thing of Sega Rally. Love Sega Rally. This is a great game, man. Very, very good controls. I would have never thought I would have liked this game. I played like one of the rally games on the Dreamcast, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it on the Dreamcast. I remember at the time I had it, just found it really, really difficult. But this one, just this Sega Rally plays like a dream. Like if you want to play a good racer, play this. Like it doesn't matter how old it is, it just plays wickedly, wickedly well. Like amazing game. Let's go. Always automatic. I'm a cousin that likes Duke Nukem. In fact, he's the guy that likes racing games as well. And he gave my son one of his old steering wheels. So my son and I've got no place to put it, man. Like in the front room, he's got like this little table. He puts it on there. Right now, I've hidden that away with his steering wheel attached. Oh, actually, I can actually attach it to the new desk. I just realised I built him that new desk. Sorry, not built him. I told my friend I built a new desk. He was very impressed. It turned out I meant to say I assembled the desk. And assembling this it takes a long time, you know. It's very overwhelming, right? When you open up the disc and you open up a bag and there's like 100 different like screws and bits and bobs in there. I think the whole thing might have taken me like 2 hours of solid work, you know. Got a good sense of achievement after it, but I just realized now I can attach the steering wheel to that desk. They can have that there pretty much the whole time. I can use their desk sometimes. I actually edited a video there one time on my tiny little laptop, the GPD Win Max 2. I edited a video using that, but I do intend to do a live stream there at some point. I've just got to work out how to do it. I'm so lazy, right? I'll sometimes buy something again, so I don't want to move stuff around. Like I don't want to disconnect my capture card, so I'm looking for a cheap capture card. I bidded on a few on eBay, but I was being really, really cheap. So you know when someone does starting bid or best offer, I've been offering them the best offer of this starting bid in the hope that that's what they kind of want to sell it for. But obviously I didn't get it. But it's, yeah, Sega Rally's wicked, man. Thanks whoever recommended that. Right, someone said Shining Force 3, and that's one of the last ones I picked up, and it might actually be the last one because we are at 10 o'clock now. Have I got, here we go, Shining Force 3, and what's this, Scenario 3 English. So have I got different ones as well? Right, so Shining Force 3, I think this is one of the new ones that might actually work, so wicked. And guys, a big shout out to Andy as well, because Andy actually tweaked one of SRG 320's cores and addressed the issue with him, and SRG 320 implemented it in his later revision of the core, and that was to get Rabbit working. So Andy does a lot of stuff for FPGA gaming. You know, he's very, very helpful. He's helpful with my channel, with Video Game Esoterica's channel, and on top of that, he's actually helpful to developers as well. Like, so he's done some, you see him sometimes in release notes for stuff. So you know, absolute true gentleman. And guys, if you check out Andy's got a channel that he does with his friend. He's got a very, very good documentary on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I absolutely love it. Like, it's absolutely great to watch. Like, it's half hour long. I don't often watch like videos all the way through. I don't even watch my videos, only if I'm reviewing something. But if you like Ninja Turtles and you grew up around that era, like, it's a great documentary to watch, man. Andy, if you're able, I don't know if YouTube will allow you to put links on there. Do you want to put a link? If not, put the name of your channel or like the name of the video so people can search it. It's something that I strongly recommend. It's really good. It's done really well. It got, first half goes through Turtles history, second half goes through the ROM hack that he worked on, bringing sound, CD quality sound to the ROM hack, Streets of Rage 2 that turns it into Shredder's Revenge, which then Andy hacked with CD quality sound. So absolute amazing work from Andy there. Man, look guys, I know you are Shining Force free, but one thing about RPGs on a stream is, unless I'm doing a stream of a particular game and we're going through it, it's very difficult to kind of get through it and make it entertaining-ish, right? So there we go, done. I like it. Okay, so we've got some translation here. Okay, right, let's see if it can get into game. If it can get into the game, and we can get into battle. But sometimes you just, here we go, guys, check out Your Lame Friends on YouTube, right? The documentary Andy's done on Turtles, it's really good. Now, I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. Like, he is my friend, and I will try and help and plug his stuff in any way that I can. But if it wasn't good, I wouldn't be mentioning it like I am now. I'd be like, hey bud, yeah, that was awesome, you know, to be nice to my friend, and I'd watch it, but I wouldn't plug it. I genuinely think it's a good piece of video. In fact, the editing he's done in it and all the prompts that kind of come up, they're awesome. Guys, this is going to take a while. Let's do one game to kind of do an outro kind of thing on. So what have we got? Oh, you know what we can do? Let's so okay, you know what, let's end on, oh, I thought I had that on here. Did I not put that on here? Well, that kind of sucks. No, I really thought I had it. I thought I put X-Men the arcade game on here. I didn't. Oh, that's sad. Oh, okay, right, okay. So let's end on oh, Daytona. That's it. The game just left my head. I drew a blank there. Let's put on Daytona. And let's kind of end with that. So here we go, Daytona, USA, right? Okay, guys, yeah. So okay, we'll wrap it up once this kind of starts, so my wife doesn't kill me. Unloved homie, really sorry, man. I've got to end it. I took the boys out today and everything. I think my missus probably wants to watch something with my daughter, so I'm gonna put the boys to bed shortly. You know, family duties, my bro. I know you have to do them as well. So, guys, right, let's start wrapping things up. Thank you everyone for tuning in, really do appreciate it. Thank you for like the super thanks, Anthony and SNK, that's super appreciated. Saturn Core, absolutely wicked, coming along nicely. We didn't get any updates for it for a long time, a couple of months, and in the space of like the last 2 weeks, I think we received like 4 or 5 updates. Absolutely amazing. So guys, you know what, thank you. I love telling you though, next time though, my bro, I'll try and I'm likely going to do a stream tomorrow night, and that one I'm not going to have much of a limit on. Well, I might have like a 3-hour limit on that one, which gives us, you know, more than an hour extra than what we've done today. What are we on now? 1 hour and like 46.5 minutes. But that's it, guys. Really glad you stuck by. I hope you have a good Saturday, the rest of the day, a good Saturday evening, and yeah, man, like thank you, and yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, then yeah, you know what, subscription, all that stuff really is appreciated. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you really hated it, hit that dislike button. But anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you around. This is